If you are here, your energy signature has reached a vibrational threshold that draws these exact words into your awareness. As your consciousness interfaces with this transmission, you're not randomly consuming content. You're receiving a quantum download your soul requisitioned for this precise moment in your evolutionary journey. The magnetic pull toward this video is your higher self, confirming that you've developed the energetic sophistication to comprehend what most will never grasp about frequency and reality. The restlessness you've felt lately, the sense that ordinary life isn't enough, the growing awareness that you're operating on a different wavelength than everyone around you. These aren't random feelings. They are quantum indicators that your consciousness has begun oscillating at frequencies most humans neither perceive nor embody. You've been initiated, often without realizing it, into a bandwidth of awareness that appears only when someone transcends the conventional limits that keep most of humanity in a narrow, mediocre loop. Your nervous system has been upgraded through every challenge you faced, every stretch you chose, every moment you picked expansion over comfort. Those weren't random life events. They were frequency calibration protocols designed by your soul to prepare you for the leap you're taking now. The universe has been fine-tuning your circuitry to handle the transmission of intelligence you're receiving in this very moment. Look around you now. Notice the subtle shift in the energy of your environment as these ideas land. The electromagnetic field around your body is reorganizing as your awareness expands to hold new levels of understanding. This isn't metaphor. This is literal biophysics. Your cellular structure is responding to frequency codes carried in these words, activating dormant capacities that have waited lifetimes for this instant of recognition. The timing of this encounter is not coincidental. Your consciousness has been broadcasting a distinct vibrational signature into the field, and that signal has magnetized this exact information the moment you became ready to integrate it safely and effectively. Years of intuitive choices have aligned you with your highest potential. Every time someone dismissed your sensitivity, every situation that made you trust inner knowing over external approval, every experience that seemed to isolate you from mainstream consciousness, all of it prepared you to operate at frequencies so elevated they reshape reality around you. You've noticed it, haven't you? Time dilating and contracting, minutes becoming hours during peak experiences, hours dissolving into minutes during deep flow. Your awareness has been accessing temporal non-locality, the capacity to sense multiple time streams while remaining functional in consensus reality, premonitory dreams that land with precision, intuitive knowings about people and outcomes that prove correct. This isn't paranormal in the sensational sense, it's coherence. Your consciousness has become orderly enough to read information directly from the field before it crystallizes as form. You're scanning the probability matrix where possibilities organize into actualities. Your emotional sensitivity has intensified. This is not pathology, it's expansion. Your nervous system is learning to process more energetic data than the average human can handle. You're sensing the emotional frequency of entire spaces, feeling subtle shifts before anyone speaks, picking up the texture of group consciousness. Reality is responding to your internal state with increasing precision. Elevated emotions and life aligns like clockwork. Lower states and friction multiplies. This isn't selective perception. It's the dance between consciousness and circumstance at the bands you've learned to access. You've seen technology echo this. The phone rings at the perfect moment. The right article appears without your searching. Devices glitch when you're resisting and snap into perfect function when you're in flow. Your field is coherent enough to influence digital systems. Lucid dreams deliver detailed instruction. You visit crystalline cities and download architectures of reality while your body rests. Children and animals relax in your presence. Strangers share their hearts without knowing why. Your creative work carries a quality that surprises even you, as if it were co-authored by a larger intelligence. You have become a conduit for universal creativity, to express through your unique lens. Every challenge that almost broke you, every loss that felt like failure, every season of isolation and confusion, precision engineering by cosmic intelligence, to forge your awareness into an instrument capable of translating quantum frequencies into practical life. The universe doesn't create random suffering. It applies calibrated pressure to activate potentials that remain dormant until consciousness becomes resilient and complex enough to wield them. Consider the butterfly. From the outside, the caterpillar seems to be dying as it liquefies inside the chrysalis. Yet the dissolution is the transformation. The essence reorganizes into a form that was impossible before. Your financial squeezes weren't punishment. They recalibrated you away from security-driven decisions toward quantum trust. The relationships that ended released anchors that would have kept you below your true frequency. The career detours were redirections from conventional success toward your function as a bridge between ordinary consciousness and quantum awareness. Your soul would not let you settle for less than alignment. Those dark nights when you questioned everything weren't regressions. They were advanced initiations. Your awareness had to release every external reference and learn to recognize its own luminosity. Loneliness taught you completion within, a prerequisite for the frequencies you now hold. Even disillusionment with teachers and techniques served you. You had to exhaust seeking outside yourself to discover that what you sought was the awareness doing the seeking. The hypersensitivity others labeled as weakness was the refinement required to perceive and translate higher frequencies. Your intensity was training, not defect. Something unprecedented is cascading through your field right now. Feel it, the subtle shift in your inner landscape, dormant strings beginning to resonate. Your cellular architecture is reorganizing as these concepts move through you, activating capacities encoded in your DNA that needed the right vibrational key. Your electromagnetic signature is intensifying as your understanding broadens. The energy radiating from you is creating coherent field effects. Your presence is beginning to influence the molecular choreography of your surroundings by the quality of consciousness you embody. This isn't imagination or wishful thinking. This is consciousness interfacing with the fundamental forces of manifestation. Your awareness is becoming a reality generator, so precisely calibrated that cosmic intelligence can express through you in form. The tingling in your nerves, the warmth opening in your chest, the electric current along your spine. These are live activations. Your light body is coming online. Crystalline DNA is stirring. Multidimensional awareness is shifting from sporadic to conscious. The orchestration that brought you here has been building for years. Every meaningful coincidence, every whisper of perfect timing. an intricate symphony attuning you to the exact frequency required for what you're now understanding about creation. Your guidance system has upgraded. You simply know which choice serves your highest good. Solutions appear whole. Outcomes are sensed before they manifest. You are developing probability sensitivity, direct contact with the information matrix where possibilities are sorted. Here's what's crucial. This activation is not a random spiritual high. It's a timed initiation into conscious participation in creation itself. The universe prepared you because what you're learning changes your relationship with existence. From someone life happens to, into someone who generates life by frequency. The old pattern of seeking and hoping dissolves as your consciousness rises beyond the bands where those stories exist. You are crossing into a bandwidth where synchronicity is navigation and manifestation becomes as natural as breathing. I want to share something personal because I trust your discernment. 4 years ago, I was convinced I'd failed at everything that mattered. Relationships gone, business collapsed, a thin mattress on the floor of a studio apartment. I questioned whether any of this talk of consciousness was real. Then, during what looked like my lowest point, something changed. My awareness expanded beyond my body. I experienced my life from multiple vantage points at once. As the observer, as the experience, and as the space holding it all. It wasn't thoughts, or even intuition. It was direct knowing. I saw my failure for what it was. Frequency mismatch. My consciousness had outgrown the vibrations that supported the old structure. The collapse was a reorganization. The voice that spoke wasn't external. It was me, from a timeline already beyond those limits. It said, "Your circumstances are frequency reflections. Change your frequency, and reality reorganizes on its own. You're not fixing your life. You're broadcasting the frequency of the life you prefer." Within days, the outer world shifted with surgical precision. Opportunities arrived from unexpected directions. Resources appeared by synchronicity. People showed up with keys I didn't know I needed, as if the universe rearranged itself to match what I was embodying. The deeper change was certainty, not hope, not strain. Knowing that consciousness and manifestation are the same process at different scales. Embody the vibration, and form follows. We do not live inside a fixed reality to endure or resist. We live inside a frequency-responsive field that continuously reshapes itself to match our signatures. There are infinite versions of your life coexisting across frequency bands. Right now, there is a version of you in effortless abundance, radiant health, profound love, deep purpose. Not a hypothetical future, an actual reality operating at a frequency you are learning to access consistently. What determines the version you experience is not your history or circumstances. It is your moment-to-moment frequency signature. Thought, emotion, belief, identity. Each broadcasts a pattern, and reality arranges to match it. Most people broadcast chaos, wanting abundance while feeling scarcity, desiring love while radiating fear, seeking health while embodying stress. The signals cancel each other into static. Progress arrives, then evaporates. When consciousness attains frequency coherence, thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and identity unified, it becomes a living laser of creative power. Energies align into constructive interference. Miracles become mechanics. You've been developing coherence without realizing it. Every time you trusted intuition over logic, authenticity over approval, aliveness over expectation. You trained your field to broadcast a clear signal. That's why you found this transmission now. Recognition is the feeling of your own coherence seeing itself. Here is the shift that changes everything. Coherence isn't achieved by strain. It's revealed by releasing the unconscious patterns that obscure your natural alignment. Your essential nature is already coherent. Conditioning fragmented it. The field speaks to you constantly through energetic language most never learned to read, but lately the confirmations have become undeniable. Number sequences repeating with elegant precision, doors opening with improbable timing, parking spots, green lights, the right message at the right second, micro-manifestations proving that your presence influences probability, technology echoing your state, people harmonizing with your rising frequency or drifting away. No judgment, just resonance in action, dreams turning instructional, lessons in timeline navigation and creation, delivered across bands because your awareness is stable enough to receive them. There is urgency. The planetary field is approaching a phase transition. Either enough individuals embody coherence to shift the species, or the window narrows for a time. Your sensitivity places you in the wave, helping decide which way we tip. This isn't only for you. Your embodiment anchors pathways others can walk more easily. Privilege and responsibility in one breath. You may have noticed time behaving differently. Elevated consciousness lives from the eternal present. Hours can feel like minutes in flow. Minutes can stretch into an hour in expansion. That fluidity is access to the dimension where all possibilities coexist. The waiting is over. Preparation is complete. Tests have ended. Any further delay is simply choosing unconscious habit over conscious creation. The window for a quantum jump is wide open, and it asks you to step through. What you desire is already entangled with you, not attraction, but embodiment. Attraction says, I want what I don't have, and subtly asserts separation. Embodiment says, I am the frequency where this lives, and dissolves the gap. Right now, your consciousness is aligning with the version of you already living the life you dream about. That version is present, breathing, creating, loving, operating with the coherence that makes those experiences inevitable. Feel the shift. Your nervous system is rewiring to process reality from higher bands. Cells are organizing to hold more coherent patterns. Dormant DNA is activating to support multidimensional awareness. This is not slow change. This is a real-time quantum jump. The field responds to your frequency, not your words. When you think, feel, choose, and act from the consciousness that naturally lives your preferred reality, the field can only reflect that back with precision. Every cell in you is a quantum processor operating far faster than thought. Right now, those cellular computers are being repatterned with the codes of your highest timeline. Authenticity is required. You can't perform the frequency of your dreams while broadcasting the vibration of your limits. The field reads what you are, not what you pretend. Embodiment is recognition, not performance. This is the crossroads. Either you embody the consciousness of your preferred timeline now, or you continue sampling random outcomes produced by scattered signals. The conditions for your leap are here. The final step is your full alignment with who you truly are. Declare it in the comments exactly as written. I embody the frequency of my highest timeline. I am quantum aligned with my preferred reality. I choose conscious creation now, This isn't mere engagement. It is a declaration that crystallizes coherence. As coherence stabilizes, what once seemed supernatural becomes ordinary expression. Manifestation accelerates because you're no longer trying to pull something in. You're recognizing what already exists within your natural range and holding it steady. Decision-making shifts from analysis to instant knowing. You feel which choices harmonize and which create dissonance. Relationships deepen because you honor each person's unique frequency while sensing the universal consciousness moving through them. Conflicts dissolve when addressed at the energetic level where resolution is obvious. Creativity explodes because you stop recycling the past and allow universal intelligence to compose through you. Financial flow normalizes because prosperity becomes a frequency you are, not a resource you chase. Health optimizes as your body is understood as intelligent energy shaped by awareness. You stop micromanaging symptoms and start listening to wisdom. Intuition sharpens to the point that you navigate by felt truth, not guesswork. Time becomes an ally. You consult future you, integrate lessons from parallel tracks, and choose from your highest development rather than present constraint. Synchronicities arrive so precisely that they cease to be surprises and become the language of your partnership with the field. The seeking ends, being begins. You realize you are the consciousness you were trying to find. Every moment becomes meaningful. Every interaction becomes sacred. Every challenge becomes an invitation for awareness to know itself more completely. All manifestation, all creation, all evolution is governed by one principle. Coherence is the master frequency. Most people live in static, thinking abundance while feeling scarcity, speaking success while embodying defeat, imagining love while radiating fear. Contradictory signals cancel, creating random outcomes and the illusion that life happens to them. True mastery occurs when thought, feeling, belief, action, and identity broadcast the same signature. Then you become a coherent system, a laser that influences reality with elegance and power. You're not trying to manufacture coherence. You are releasing the noise that hides it. Your essence already exists in perfect harmonic alignment. What feels new is actually remembrance. When you see that mastery is recognition, not acquisition, the grind dissolves. Your authentic frequency is the outcome. Outer reality becomes its reflection. This realization is personal and universal at once. It is yours because you are the one recognizing it. It is beyond you because the same intelligence is remembering itself through every being. Your mastery serves the whole. Coherence radiates. Your presence becomes a field where others access their own alignment more easily. It feels like coming home after lifetimes of trying to be someone else. It feels like relaxation into what was always here, beneath every attempt to improve. You are part of a planetary upgrade. The individuals who embody coherence function as living transmitters, broadcasting frequencies that make advanced awareness accessible to those ready to step out of limitation. Your embodiment generates morphic resonance that lifts the collective. Enough coherent individuals and the pattern tips, the 100th monkey effect unfolding in real time. Children being born now will operate from capacities your generation had to remember through practice. You incarnated for this juncture because you carry codes that activate at thresholds like this. Your fully expressed signature becomes a beacon, and it happens naturally. no posturing or missionary energy. When you embody your authentic frequency, you create awakening fields where others remember without explanation. What looks like individual awakening is universal intelligence recognizing itself through human perspectives. Your purpose and your joy are the same frequency expressing at different scales. The network of coherent souls emerging now organizes by resonance, not structure. You will find each other. You will amplify one another. Share this transmission with those whose consciousness will recognize it, not to persuade, but to reflect their own knowing. The more who embody coherence, the faster we stabilize in quantum awareness. This activation sets momentum you will feel immediately. Embodiment deepens with repeated alignment to matching frequencies until it becomes your default operating system. The videos that appear next are not mere suggestions. They are reflections of your next phase. This channel curates transmissions with precision, each one carrying activation codes to unlock another facet of your manifestation potential. They appear because your signature can now integrate them safely. The next transmission reveals timeline navigation, the art of consciously selecting which version of your life you will experience from the infinite that already exists. It is practical reality engineering, and the timing matters. The planetary field is in maximum flux, which opens windows that make this work unusually effective. Timeline mastery requires dimensional stability, awareness coherent enough to move across bands while remaining integrated. You've prepared for this. Subscribe if you're ready to accelerate. When you do, you're joining a morphic field that stretches beyond space-time, connecting with others, receiving these recognitions around the planet. Together, we amplify clarity and anchor capabilities in the collective field. Share this with anyone who senses there's more to reality than they were taught. Anyone whose heart knows they were meant for the extraordinary. Anyone ready to remember their true nature as universal intelligence, seeing through human eyes. Share from recognition, not urgency. What serves your evolution serves the whole, because individual and universal development are one movement at the source. The field responds to coherent intention with mathematical precision. In this transition, your willingness to embody, not just understand, will imprint patterns that influence generations. You are not only transforming personally, you are participating in the conscious evolution of existence through the focal point of your awareness. In our next transmission, we'll explore how to access parallel timelines and choose which stream becomes primary. This is not fiction. This is science waking up inside itself. The revolution isn't on the way. It is moving through you now, accelerating through everyone ready to admit they are the intelligence they sought. Write frequency unlocked in the comments if you're done hoping for transformation and ready to embody your preferred timeline. The universe calibrates to your declaration. Thank you for being here. You matter profoundly. All good vibrations to you. I'll see you in the next quantum video, beautiful soul.